like at first when you start listening to Red Pill, like there's like phases as a girl. First there's like shock a little bit because they're talking about how it's over basically when you hit 30 and we might be homeless and all these stats that like I'm like, oh my god, no. I'm like, and then like at 25 I'm like, I peaked 2 years ago. Actually, I kind of knew that. I feel like most people peak in high school, actually, and just personal opinion, because I feel like most people gain weight in college.
Yeah.
Like, but like you get all these numbers, but then you just start to like see the world differently and just realize how society caters and favors women, almost at the expense of men.
Yeah.
And like once you see it, like once you start like looking at the world through this lens, you start to flip situations. Like when a girl says something, you say it from like the guy's point of view and you think, would that be okay? And like 90% of the time it's no. It's so weird. And it's like you can't go back once you see it. And just the same way that men can't go back once they realize women don't like nice guys.
Yeah. It's true. Because have you ever tried to, does any of the guys know girls who were really into like the idea of the slut walk, right? And then, because I knew girls who had boyfriends and they were a part of that. They really wanted to be a part of it. And the boyfriend asked her, it's like, all right, cool. If you're gonna do the slut walk where you're basically got your whole body out, can I go to work in my underwear? She said no. It's like, why?
Where's the broke men walk?
Exactly. You see what
if there was broke men demanding women like them? And that's what sluts are doing. They're demanding men like them. Imagine.
Where's the grey sweatpants walk?
Run that one, yeah.
Where's the short man walk? But that's what all these movements are. They're shaming men into liking them. The ageism.
Yeah.
That's shaming men, saying like me and like, oh, single dating in my 30s is the best, even though 50% of your options are gone by 30. Like, I know. See, these facts aren't fun.
No, it's not. It's not fun.
And
fat phobic.
Yeah, fat phobic. So when a guy like says, oh, you know what, I like skinny girls, then he's fat phobic. Or if a guy says, you know what, I don't date single moms, I don't want to raise no one else's kid, then he's the bad guy. It's like all of these things are shaming men. And even when Kevin Samuel said leftover women, I mean, what else is there? Those are the women that are left over. I'm not. I'm not saying every girl over 30 is like it's over for her. But what I am saying is that if you found a man in your 20s that you wanted to marry, you would be married. So the men that you want to marry don't want you.
Tough.
And so like if you're single, and I'm single, right? That means for some reason the men that you want don't want you. Or you don't know where to find them, and you haven't put in the effort to find them. I mean, how many girls have really researched if they want a guy in a certain income bracket, what cities they live in, where do they hang out? Yeah, like
I don't think I've never thought about stuff like that.
Gotta do some research, I guess.
She's like
researching.
You've got all stream.
Yep. Research 24 hours.
Oh yeah, we got.
Wow.
What hour are we in?
3.
Third.
Oh, my laptop just died.
It's crazy because I think the slut walk, me personally, I think slut walk is when women officially stopped listening to what men think, what they care, what they care about, if they care, and whatnot. And I think that movement kind of put a stamp on when men can't speak for women no more, for me personally, because it's like if they cared, then they would have probably would have done it. Do you understand? Like you were saying about your friend's girl and whatnot.
Yeah.
Did she end up going?
I don't even know about that story, but you told me and I was like, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
If she did end up going, then she probably belongs to the streets as well.
Probably belongs to the streets. Because it's like, slut walk, fine, but is there a gangbanger walk? Is it a roadman walk? I want to be a roadman. I'm not actually a roadman. I'm actually. I wear glasses and I work in the office.
I mean, you could be an undercover one.
Yeah, I guess. So it's like advocating for knife crime and being like, if you don't also advocate for knife crime with me, you're a bad guy. It's like, no, knife crime is bad.
Do you think we should take a book out of like Muslim culture
Yes.
where girls cover themselves? I think I personally think that's where it's gonna head to. Because I think girls have taken off their clothes so much. The only direction to go is put on your clothes, and then it's gonna go to a level where
I think the Muslim culture has a lot of. Obviously, they have their own issues, but they have a lot of It's based in, well, from the outside looking in, like it's based a lot in like having a mutual, somewhat of respect for each other. Even if that respect might come from an authoritarian standpoint, it's still like having the respect to like do or be what your partner wants you or needs you to be. Like outside of religion, obviously they have their own the things that they have to follow, right? And having those sets of rules are also great because it gives you a sense of purpose. And there's a question I was gonna ask. Do you think people are really into zodiac signs now because they're becoming less religious as a whole, and they want to find some sort of a higher purpose?
Women that believe in zodiac, people that believe in zodiac signs have higher narcissistic traits. Fun fact.
Yeah, I can see that because
why-
have you read every horoscope in a day and be like, if you read a horoscope, read all of them and be like, and see which ones don't apply to you. It's easier to count the ones that don't apply than the ones that do.
Yeah.
Because there's like maybe one or two that might not apply. But the rest of them are just like vague. It's like, you're gonna put your shoes on left foot first. It's like, okay. It's like, oh my God.
Wow, I didn't know so much about it.
Wow.
Or they're like, you're
But I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think you are right though. I think zodiacs and stuff like that is
The world's becoming less religious.
because the world's becoming like further away from God. Like they look for like a replacement.
Yeah. To basically, the reason that came to my mind is to go back to your like point of like, should we move to the Muslim faith? And I'm like, I think people have already started to find their own quote unquote religion with zodiacs, which is why I don't think it can really go to the whole putting clothes on, because everyone. How long do you think it's going to be between till now and zodiacs becoming an actual religion? That's a spaghetti religion, for real.
The thing is with zodiacs is it aligns with what you actually want to hear.
Yeah, of course.
You know, yeah, like they give you what you actually want to consume. You want to hear like all the positive things about yourself, even if you're in the wrong place.
Yeah. If there was a zodiac church, how many people do you think would go?
That's a lot of
Thousands.
people.
You know what I think the new religion is for women? Selfish. Me,
Ooh.
me, 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 me.
Mm.
Everything's about me. What are zodiacs about? Me.
How am I
Why
gonna do
why
anything?
should you leave a divorce? For me. I want to be happy. Me. My happiness is more important than my kids' happiness. Me. Like that's perfectly acceptable to say nowadays. Like, you think about how selfish that is?
Crazy.
When like every time I went on a podcast and this clip went viral because I said if I have kids and I'm married and I'm not happy, I will stay because my kids' happiness is more important than my own. And to me, that's just common sense. Like if I'm a mother, like I would hope I love the kids more than myself. But modern women don't. They love themselves. Why do you think I've heard of so many girls saying their moms used to compete with them? Yeah, and get jealous. And even a lot of numbers suggest that men are better single fathers than single mothers. And they put the kids, especially financially, they're much better with their money. And yet women win them in custody battles. When it's not apparent that they're better parents.
Because of the maternal instinct, which goes to, I was literally thinking this on the train today, that a lot of people forget that men love their kids too. And that's really weird. That's really strange.
Well,
to me.
men are better parents over the age of like 7.
Yeah,
Because women were chemically different every single day. Like, we all know whose mom was moody at times. Yeah. And honestly, a lot of people I talk to, if I said, if your parents got divorced, would you rather live with your mom or your dad? A lot of people that I've talked to would say dad.
it's true.
Yeah.
Because even though the dad gives the quote unquote tough love that everyone wants to be, you're so heartless, but the advice given to you by your dad a lot of times is the advice that you probably need to hear the most, because it's like, he's coming from a place of, you have to, if you want to be successful, you have to do this. Well, the mom's coming from a place of, if you want to be happy, you have to do this.
Right.
So
and that's
it's like-
Well, I think-
like the girl's new religion is selfish and happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a dad's advice will keep you out of jail.
100.
Like as a boy, innit? And maybe for a girl, keep you off a stripper pole or something like that, like or keep you off the streets. Like so it's like you know, like I think you're right. I think a dad has to come in the like later stages of a child's life.
Another phrase. I'm a 10. No, I'm serious. What is that? That's me. That's selfish. That's narcissism.
I am the table.
Yeah. It's like narcissism is women's new religion. That's a better word for it. Narcissism is women's new religion.
Yeah. The phrase "I am the table" makes me laugh because every time someone says that to me, I was like, you know what you should do? Change the word table to relationship and see if that makes sense to you.
That's a good one. That's a
Change the
good
word
one,
from
you know.
table to relationship and see if that makes sense to you. I am the relationship? No, you're not. No, you're not. This is a mutual thing. Or it should be, at least.
And then feminism feminizes men too. They even when we advocate for men, we do it selfishly because we want them to be more emotionally available for us. So even like the men didn't say we want to be more emotionally available. Like, you know, I bring men on all the time on my show. I've never heard a guy say, I want to be more emotionally available. It's the girls saying, I want them to be more emotionally available. So even when they're advocating for men, it's still about women.
But they'll say that. But they'll say it will be good for us.
Yeah, it's good for you.
And then you do it and we leave. We're like, oh, not that emotionally available.
Right in front of me again.
They want it, but with stipulations. If you don't bring what they want wrapped up how they want it, then it'll be like, I don't want it like that. I want that, but let me tell you how I want it so you can give it to me how I want it.
And then it's not natural.
And usually guys will just not do it.
Yeah.
If you're giving me anything with stipulations, I'm just not
I'm
gonna
not
do it.
doing it. Like, I'm not doing it.
Guys
But
are
that's some guys. A lot of guys out here might just fold and bend the wheel, and
That's because those are the ones that are not getting. They're not getting any, you know.
guys are like, that sounds too complicated. I'm just gonna do what works.
Yeah, and that goes along with guys wanting women to be their peace and wanting them to feel calm around them. If there's too many stipulations and all these boxes they got to check before they walk through the front door, it's like, that's tired. You're already tired before you interact with her.
Well, I'm tired from fighting everyone in the world, coming in the house, and I'm still fighting.
Still fighting. Where's my rest? Can I sleep?
and that's when I started listening to Manosphere content and they started talking about like what men want. It's so easy compared to what women want. They just want a girl that's fit, feminine, and friendly.
That's it.
And yet we still complain that men are too picky, even though they swipe right 50% of the time on dating apps, where women swipe right between 5 and 20% depending on the study. But they're the two picky ones. And every time I talk to them, they're like, men, they want the Kim Kardashian hourglass shape. And the guys are like, just not obese, please.
That's
Not a
pretty
whale.
much it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty much it.
Not
Don't
a
be
whale. And girls are like, fat phobic. And they're like, look, I mean, 35 and under, please. And they're like, you're ageist.
Yeah.
I want a girl that can give me kids. Ageism.
Yeah.